Everyone, so I'm best man number one. Basically, we're going to have two best man speeches for you today to make up for the fact that Craig's too scared to do one himself. And then you'll have another speech from the lovely Mabel. I just want to say this isn't written down, this isn't my part of my speech, but today is literally my favourite day ever. So I can only imagine. Equally, this is probably the most nervous I've ever been in my life. So again, I can only imagine how nervous it's going to be. I'd like to start off my speech by saying, so again, I'm sure I speak for everybody here. You look absolutely amazing. We all knew that with Zoe's planning, this wedding was going to be amazing and just a special day for us all to remember. Craig's also played his part. Don't get me wrong, to take the rings, the ring for example, you have to buy a beautiful ring to match the beautiful lady. That and the fact that it's going to have something nice to look at for the rest of his life as well. He's wrapped around the next day. I've known Craig for a long time now, even back to the days when he had long hair. Remember? He used to dye his hair jet black. He still dyes his hair, to be fair. He just dyes it invisible. But I have known Craig for a very long time, and one thing that I'll always associate with Craig is that he's always right. It's one of his own mottos, and we'll never usually agree to his face. He is always right. I'll just take you back to the day that the lovely couple actually met. The day that I'm referring to is it's not actually the day that they officially met, but it's the day that we remember as when they spoke for the first time properly, got to actually know each other for a couple of hours at a place called the Gold Circle. It wasn't a ritual. It was just a place we used to gather, and lots of people gathered. People in the circle drinks and sit on walls, and we were too young to get into bars. But I don't remember too much from the actual night itself. But the one thing that I'll always remember is when I walked home with Craig after everybody was dispersed, and I'll never forget Craig's smile on his face that night and he turned to me and said, I'm so happy. And when he basically told me that I'm sure it wasn't long after that he said I could imagine spending the rest of my life with that girl. And one day I will eventually marry that girl. It's great. Always right. It didn't take long into the relationship before anyone who knew them knew that they would in fact be together for the rest of their lives. It must have only been a few months in we knew that they'd be married soon enough. And they didn't make us wait either. It was as if like that. 9 years later. 35 flats, 2 houses, 3 cats, 2 rabbits, a dog, 2 stag doos, 2 hen doos. And here we are. Zoe and Craig.
Very great.
I give you Blue Wallet.
Hello everybody, I'm best man number 2. First time I met Craig, I knew he was the one for me. The first time I met Craig, I knew he was the one for me, but unfortunately I lost out to a beautiful bride. So before things start getting really awkward, let's move on and start again with a toast to the bridesmaids, the ushers, and everyone else who made this wonderful day possible. I can think of some really funny stories about Craig, but annoyingly I can't think of any but embarrassing because I just don't think that he really gets embarrassed. Usually when you say something embarrassing to him, he just does that really big grin of his that is in every single picture of Craig. My favourite story of Craig is the time of Download 2008, I think Zoe will remember this, when he absolutely lost his mind in 10th and was literally playing there like a child plays in a nursery. It's the best thing I've ever seen. There are many more hilarious things Craig has done. So, Craig and Zoe, the fellow best man of Hamley, have been my best friends for 7 years, and in those 7 years, we've shared an amazing time. On festivals and the nights out together, I think our friends will like when they love you or not. I can't think of any two people who are as suited to each other other than Craig and Zoe. I've never known them apart, and I literally cannot imagine the world without Craig and Zoe being a couple. So, to you two, wish all the love and happiness for the rest of your lives. So, join me now in singing the Happy Couple.
Happy couple.
And now I give you the lovely Ashley Dunn.
I think it's great, Stephen.
I'd just like to firstly congratulate the newlywed couple on becoming Mr. and Mrs. Cartwright Wigglesworth. Sorry. I'm sure you'll all agree with me that the ceremony was just beautiful and you both look absolutely incredible today. I'd also just like to thank all the bridesmaids and ushers for their part in today's celebrations, and also to Rachel Fawcett and Kirsty Crossman for doing some of the hair and makeup for us today. You know, fantastic, thank you so much. I'd also just like to thank best man Andy and Louie for your absolutely enlightening speeches there. You're almost crying before my little speech there. Not good. Not quite sure how I'm going to follow that double whammy, but here it goes. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Ashley and I've known Zoe for about 23 years. Yeah, I'm not always wrong, but that's right. We originally met when our parents sent us to the same childminders around the age of 2, and since that time I've always considered Zoe as my best friend. My best friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find but lucky to have. Zoe actually thinks I'm a bit weird because I often remember some random things that we used to do when we were younger. One of the memories that came to me the other night, and it's slightly unusual, was that when we were in year 5, about 10 years old, we were either given the task, or for some really, really bizarre reason, we offered, but we used to spend our break times and dinner times, bearing in mind this was our only free time from the classroom. We used to tidy the storage area for the school sport equipment. And it's true! We did that. I can't believe it. Yeah, it wasn't like we were being punished or anything for being bad, we just absolutely loved doing it. And in between tidying, we would play with all the equipment, including throwing and rolling things to each other on the floor, and arranging the beanbags into the colours. One thing that I always remember playing a big part in our growing up is music. When we first moved up to junior school, we both joined the school recording group and later on the school band. We also started to learn the violin together. However, I don't remember us getting that far. Yeah. However, even when we moved up to secondary school and beyond that, music has always been a common interest. And in 2003, my mum took Zoe and me to our first ever gig. It just happened to be a festival, and with headlining acts being Iron Maiden. The festival was previously known as Monsters of Rock, but now known as Download. And this year in June 2000, this year in June was actually our 10th download. Was by far the best download lineup ever. It's as if someone new and had tailored the lineup, especially for us, included all the bands that we've grown up with in school. So it was really, really good. It was such a momentous time. So this year has been such a momentous year because it celebrated a decade of download, and of course all today's celebrations and everything else that has led up to this day. It's one that I'll definitely be remembering. Friends are the most important part of your life. Treasure the tears, treasure the laughter, but most importantly, treasure the memories. I'd just like to say to you, Zoe, that it's almost impossible to say in just a few words how much you mean to me. I've known you for pretty much my entire life. You've always been there for me and helped guide me through life. And you've played such a big part in making me the person I am today. Sorry. And for that, I'm truly grateful. I'm so fortunate and blessed to have grown up with you as my best friend, and I can't tell you how much of a privilege it is to be your maid of honour on this amazingly special day. I really can't thank you enough for everything. Craig, don't think I've forgotten about you. Zoe and Craig have been together now for 9 years, since 2004. And I remember because they went to our prom together. And I should have realised from that moment that they were destined to be together forever. They made such a perfect couple 9 years ago, and now today, on their wedding day, are still, without a doubt, the most perfect couple I've ever known, now husband and wife. And with that, I'd like to make a toast to the bride and groom. Bride and groom. Hey.